everyone, welcome back to my channel. So guess what? I am officially full term. I am 38 weeks pregnant. So today will be my 38-week pregnancy update video. Honestly, you guys, I was not planning on doing a weekly update video at the end of my pregnancy, but a lot of you guys requested that I keep doing them so that you can keep up to date with what's going on with me and sweet baby girl's arrival. Plus, I think it'll be neat to kind of have these memories to look back on, years from now. Okay, so I am actually filming this on Thursday, July 30th. I had my 38-week appointment on July 28th, but you guys will not be seeing this until probably August 3rd. I have some other content that's coming out. So when y'all actually see this, I will be 39 weeks pregnant, okay? It's just the way that the videos are falling. So if y'all want real life, updates, go follow me on Instagram. My name over there is eventful house as well. There's also a link to that in the description box below, and that will be the first place that I post about when the baby is coming, because it's obviously easier to post on Instagram than upload a YouTube video. So like I said, be sure to follow me over there so that y'all get real-time updates of when our sweet baby, I almost said her name, whenever our sweet baby joins us. Okay, so speaking of her name, I have been working on a name reveal video. I can't make any promises that it will all come to, but I have some thoughts in mind. And honestly, I really wasn't purposely trying to keep her name a secret. It's just that we hadn't really nailed one down. It is still the same name that I have liked this whole time. Nathan still has not 100% committed to it, but there's no other name on the horizon. And for him, she has to be here for him to say, yes, this is her name, okay? There's one name that he recently has been popping up, and it's because it's in a song and he keeps singing it anyways, but I'm pretty sure that we're not going to do that. So anyways, hopefully I will get all that done. I have this vision. I don't know if it'll come to or not, but anyway, so that's kind of like the update on the name. So in this video, I talked about her name. I thought that I would share with y'all what happened at my doctor's appointment this past week, and then my birth plan. So like I said, I had my doctor's appointment this past Tuesday, and actually my next doctor's appointment will be August 4th. So we'll see if that's baby time, because so far, it just each day we're a ticking time bomb. And actually, to backtrack a little bit, I was going to film this yesterday, but I thought I might be going into labor yesterday. I had some more prodromal, I said it, labor yesterday, and it was pretty intense and wore me out. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to try to film. I'm just going to rest, and hopefully, tomorrow will be better. So far today, I feel about normal. I have a few aches and pains, but nothing like yesterday. Like yesterday was breathe through some pains, and I was like, I went and laid down. I'm totally like not staying on my thought process. Hopefully y'all can follow me. So I was feeling so bad, and I was actually at the dentist with Addison, and they were like, are you okay? I was like, well, I think I might be going into labor. And they were like, what? It was kind of funny to freak out a dentist like that. Anyway, so I obviously didn't go into labor because my bump's still here. Y'all can't see it in the shot. Anyway, so I told them Nathan was checking on me, and I told him how I was feeling. He's like, maybe you should just go into the hospital and just to be sure. And I was like, no, I'm going to lay down for a little bit, and if it goes away or if I feel better laying down, I'm fine. Like, I know what to look for and stuff. Anyway, so I did. I laid down for close to 2 hours, and I felt a little bit better whenever I got up. Not 100%, but better. Anyway, so complete side note there yesterday. Where was I going to start? Oh, my doctor's appointment on Tuesday. So I had, like I said, my normal doctor's appointment. I asked for y'all to pray for, good fluid levels. Obviously, I'm still pregnant, so fluid levels are good. I had my ultrasound, and actually whenever I showed up, the receptionist was like, oh, the midwife that you were scheduled to see isn't here today. We called you, which I don't have any record on my phone of them calling me or leaving a message, but, hey, just saying. And I was like, oh, okay. And they were like, we'll still have the ultrasound. I'll see if the doctor can see you. And I was like, okay. Again, if y'all haven't followed up, with this, I switched to this doctor. I think the first time I went there was 35 weeks. So I'm not exactly sure, how they do everything at this doctor's office. Anyways, the doctor apparently agreed to see me, and it was the doctor that I saw last time who I really liked, so that worked out well. So I had the ultrasound, and the fluid level was really good. It's gone down some, which is typical for me. I don't know if y'all understand the fluid levels and all that, but before it was a 12, now I'm at a 9. When your fluid level measures 5 or below, you automatically have to go to the hospital. So anyways, so hopefully next week, I don't think I have an ultrasound next week. I don't know. They may just pull me in just to check like they did before because of my history. So fluid level was good. So they look for 3 things on a, I think it's called a BPP ultrasound. I might be botching that a little bit. They check fluid levels, they check for baby's movement, and if the baby's practicing breathing. She was practicing breathing beautifully. She was doing that the whole time. Like I said, fluid levels were good. However, she decided not to move a lick in the ultrasound. So that wasn't good. And they time it, it has to be within 20 to 30 minutes of being on the ultrasound machine of showing, fetal movement, baby movement. Anyways, so at the 20-minute mark, and she hadn't moved yet, the ultrasound tech went and got the doctor. And he was like, all right, well, let's put you on the non-stress test and let's see. Which right at the very end, I was feeling some movement, and I told her that, but it wasn't, and she caught it on the ultrasound, but it wasn't enough movement considering that she hadn't moved in so long. So anyways, I then had to lay on the non-stress test for about 20 minutes, and the doctor seemed pretty, he's like, we might have a baby today. And I was like, let's not, I'm not ready. And not so much like we are physically ready, just to be told and rushed into you need to go straight to labor and delivery. It's a huge mental process. And if I have not progressed any naturally on my own, it's a bigger deal to be induced. There's just other steps that you have to take besides just being hooked up to Pitocin, and those just aren't fun. I've done it a couple times, and I'm just like, if I can, do as much naturally as possible, that's the route that I want to go. Anyways, obviously, I will do whatever to keep the baby safe. So, with all that said, I had the 20-minute non-stress test. The doctor walked in and he said, how are we doing? I said, I don't think we're having a baby today, but I'm no doctor. And he was like, he was like, you're right. He was like, I was hoping that we were going to have a baby. I was like, I'm glad you were. I'm okay if she cooks a little bit longer. Anyway, so it was a little stressful and a much longer doctor's appointment than normal. But obviously everything turned out fine. And I was able to go home, and it kind of got my butt in gear for getting a few more things done. And I had texted Nathan. It's always kind of fun to freak your husband out towards the end of the pregnancy. Anyways, I texted him what they said, and that I was going on the non-stress test, and he's like, what? I'm like, I mean, I am 38 weeks pregnant, dude. Like, come on. Aren't you used to this by now? Anyway, so all that obviously went well. I was able to go home. I actually had an errand that I had to run, of course, mom life. And then come home. And then yesterday was the day that I was feeling terrible that I just told you all about. So that was my doctor's appointment. So moving on to my birth plan, which I kind of talked about some. So if anybody's new here, and they don't know this already, this is our 10th baby. So this is not my first rodeo by any means. Our first 7, so I know exactly what I want is what I'm getting at. And I'm not the best patient. Just saying. Our first 7 children I delivered naturally. I have had no C-sections. Our first 7, I had no epidural. I did have the IV pain medication with a few of them mixed in there. But like I said, no epidural, had them all naturally. Reagan, being our 7th baby, her birth was a little traumatic. Nothing like, if I tell you, exactly what happened, it's not traumatic to some people. Yeah. 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 See if Taylor helped you. Sorry, Harper's asking me something. So not traumatic. Anyways, basically they had to help me have her. Huh? Okay, sorry. Mom life. So Reagan's birth was semi-traumatic, and it really scared the living daylights out of me, okay? Long story short there, my doctor just looked at me and said, we have to help you have this baby right now. It scared me. The umbilical cord was wrapped around her neck twice, and they had to cut it as she was descending, I don't even know how they did this safely. Anyways, she was all bruised. I was hurting. It was a pretty rough recovery for me. And it just honestly scared me. And so since then, with having our 8th baby, long story short there, I was actually sick whenever I had Harper. I got the epidural for the first time with our 8th baby, okay? And it was amazing! And I just say, I'm like, oh. So I have proved that I'm Superwoman with our first 7 babies. I had them all naturally. I don't need to prove anything anymore, okay? So with Drew, I was about 80 to 90% sure that I was going to get the epidural again because I had such a good experience with Harper. Drew, same thing. I had a pretty good experience with him. The only bad side to having the epidural with him is that I had excruciating back pain for about 48 hours after the epidural had worn off. Okay, sorry. I'm getting a little long-winded anyway. So I said all that to say, I have done this naturally. And I've had 2 good experiences with the epidural, besides the extreme back pain with Drew. It was pretty concerning, and the doctors were actually pretty concerned as well because of how much pain I was in afterwards. But it went away. So I plan on doing that again. So if I could reenact Drew's birth, it was absolutely perfect. That is really what I'm hoping for this time. So with Drew, I actually went into labor on my own. I have been induced, oh gosh, I can't even think of the number right now. I've been induced a lot. I guess 6 times. I've been induced 6 times. 3 times I've gone into labor on my own. I would really, really prefer to go into labor on my own. Drew was 4 days late. So Drew is our 9th baby, in case y'all don't know this. So he was our last. He's 16 months old. Again, hopefully y'all can follow my rabbit trails. So I went into labor on my own with him. My water actually broke and labor was starting, but it wasn't like I was perfectly fine. I was walking around, I was talking, I was doing all the things. However, I transition really, really fast. Once I hit 6 centimeters, it's like in 20 minutes, the baby is here, okay? And with that history, my husband is like, I am not delivering no baby on the side of the highway. So he gets me moving, okay? He's like, we are going to the hospital. So with Drew, I arrived at the hospital at like, oh goodness, 2:45 in the afternoon, and he was born at like 7 o'clock in the evening. So it was very fast. I labored a good bit on my own, but I did kind of, like I said, plan on getting the epidural. Once I got the epidural, I think I got it like around 4, so it was really only 3 hours until he was born. So it's kind of my plan this time, is I am hoping and believing that I will go into labor on my own. I will get to the hospital in time, first of all, to receive the epidural and get the epidural. Having had so many babies, the afterbirth pain is very intense now. It is just as bad as labor pains. So having the epidural really helps with that as well. So that's another reason why I want to have it. And I mentally cannot, and I shouldn't speak negatively, to give birth naturally, like you've got to be in this different place mentally, at least I do. And I just have not felt like I've been in that place with Harper and Drew, the 2 babies that I've had the epidural with. Now, obviously, I know I could work on that. I could pray and ask God to help me with that. But the epidural just sounds really good too. So anyways, that's my plan. So I covered doctor's appointment. I gave y'all way too much information and history and my birth plan. So we are just pretty much on baby watch right now, which is kind of hard to believe, except for yesterday whenever I was really feeling that crummy. I was like, maybe this is it. Like it was enough, like I said, for me to put Nathan on, watch. I'm like, hey, just a heads up, I'm kind of feeling some stuff. Anyway, so I kind of get like really nostalgic towards the end of the pregnancy. Like everybody says to me, you've got to be ready, like it is so hot. And I am ready, and it is hot. However, I really enjoy being pregnant. And the more kids I have, I feel like I enjoy the end of pregnancy more. Even though, don't get me wrong, I have a lot of pain. I'm not sleeping good. I'm having reflux. I'm having all the issues, okay? But this is the last time that it's gonna be just me and the baby. I don't have to share her with everybody. I can, you know, like, it's only she and I know what's going on right now. Like, only I can feel her movements and she can hear me. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a sweet time. And I don't ever want to wish it away because I'm obviously not going to get this time back. So I kind of just get really nostalgic. Obviously, I'm super anxious and I can't wait to see what she looks like, and you know, who does she resemble, and does she gonna have a lot of hair? What color are her eyes gonna be? Because we actually have a good mixture of eyes, so we always kind of talk and guess about, you know, what color the baby's eyes are gonna be. But I just get kind of nostalgic towards the end. And honestly, yes, this is my 10th baby, but I don't know if this is gonna be my last baby. This could be the last time that I'm pregnant. This could be the last time that we have a new baby. It probably isn't going to be, but it could be. You know, so I go into it thinking a little bit different. So anyways, I am anxious. I kind of like, it's like after everything's happened, when you look back, it's neat to see how God was there, how it all came to, and okay, you know, it wasn't, I don't know, it just all worked out basically. And right now I'm just in the waiting period and in the unknown. And I kind of really want like an epic, like grand, you know, like what you see in the movies of going into labor. Like, I'm suddenly in labor and I'm having contractions and my water breaks in the middle of Walmart. I just think it'd be hilarious. Nathan thinks I'm absolutely crazy. He's like, no, we need like simple and calm. He would actually prefer me to be in a scheduled induction so that we are just all safe and sound and he just knows where we are and not having to rush and worry and all that. But anyways, and I want like the grand scheme, you know, hey, my water broke on aisle 5. Anyway, so I just think it'd be kind of fun. Like, I've delivered 9 kids. This is gonna be my 10th. I deserve like this grandiose thing, right? Anyway, so I'm half kidding. Not really. I just think it'd be fun. It was really fun to kind of freak out the dentist the other day with, I think I really did think, like I was fanning myself. I was having all sorts of issues and I joked with him. I was like, they didn't teach you how to deliver babies in dental school? And he was like, no. I was like, oh, okay. I actually said something else, but it's probably more PG-13. Anyway, so anyways, that is it. I will stop rambling. That is my update. Again, y'all will be seeing this whenever I'm about 39 weeks pregnant. So be sure to follow me on Instagram for real life updates. And actually, before I forget, because I keep forgetting to mention this, a lot of you guys have asked about sending us stuff, which is super, super sweet and a huge gesture that just blesses my heart. Just even the thought that people want to send us baby gifts. It is by no means necessary, but if anybody would like to, we do now have a P.O. box, and all that information will be in the description box below. And some of y'all have already emailed me and told me that you're sending us things, and we are super excited to get them, and I just know that we will love them for the new baby. So I hope that you all have a blessed day, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.